It's Tuesday, August 22nd, 2017, 11:39 p.m. I'm about 9 minutes off, but here nonetheless. Welcome to Zinny62 live stream, and this is night number 2. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm going to the live stream page right now. We have a semi-regular Zinster who swears up and down that LeBron James is the best basketball player ever. The best. Better even, yes, than the great Michael Jordan. His name is King Jose 19. He's 19 years old, and I believe he's at Michigan State. He's a walk-on basketball star. And I started this live stream with a title about the Kyrie Irving story because of King Jose, in the hopes that maybe King Jose would show up and let us know that LeBron is still, in his view, the greatest living basketball player ever. I haven't heard from him yet. Because then I would want our great King Jose. He's never shared with us his real name. And yet, we all want to know his real name because we're rooting for him to make it onto Michigan State, right? So, he's never revealed his real name. We don't know who he is. And so, he comes on and he kind of playfully taunts folks with his statements and issues about LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan. I mean, it's a consistent thing with him, right? Consistent. He swore up and down that the Warriors were going to go down to the Cavs, and as we know, it did not happen. It did not happen. And so, with all that blah, 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 I really want King Jose to explain for me tonight why the Celtics picked up Kyrie Irving. That's it. A little different twist because we talk about the Las Vegas Raider issue, a lot. And we're going to talk about it again. There's a lot to talk about. But when something like this story happens, hey, Henry Flores, when something like this story happens, you got to take a pause and shift gears and talk about it because there's a whole backstory to what happened. Hey, Crawford, how you doing? Hey, Henry. There is a whole backstory to this that where you have to say, gee, is this a case of player immaturity? I mean, what happened here? There are a number of takes on this. From the outside looking in, it sounds to me like the Cleveland Cavaliers did about that much to retain Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, when they were together and on, they were on. So you would think that LeBron would do everything in his power to make sure that Kyrie Irving remained a Cleveland Cavalier, right? But given that on 2 other occasions, Miami and Cleveland, LeBron was successful in putting together his team, his guys, to win the championship, you would think he would want to keep the nucleus together, right? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And as Crawford371 just posted on the chat, and he's quite correct, it's like the Kobe and Shaq thing all over again. What's the Kobe and Shaq thing? They couldn't get along. 2 brothers, yeah, I said it. 2 adult black men get the high spotlight and they can't get along. Okay? And they say what you will, criticize me, whatever, but I'm tired of seeing that. These guys had the world on a string. They got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. And even though they didn't win the NBA championship, look, you would think they want to contain that anger, watch the video, find out what they did wrong, make a tweak here and there, come back fighting strong. Not this time. Not this time. Oh, no. Not this time. That's really crazy to me. It just is. And so this is really annoying and annoying. And Henry Flores has something that... Henry Flores is one of our listeners. He's putting this comment in the chat box I want to read to you right now. And he says, what does he say? Henry Flores says, Zinni, I have to share this with you. I have shown my buddies, fellow Raiders fans, your video breaking down Raider defense. Okay, that's a different subject, Henry. I appreciate that, but that's a different subject. I want to stick on the issue of Kyrie Irving and Kyrie Irving left. Now, Jordan Yancey says LeBron is leaving after this year. And Mark Smith asked the question, so who wins the East now? I mean, it's definitely a balance of power shift. Without question. There's definitely a balance of power shift. And I would have to say that the Celtics are in a better position to challenge than they were even last year. Which is, hey, saying something. I'm not taking away Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah got injured. He was a China doll. He was streaky. Okay? He's not Kyrie Irving. Now, Dorian disagrees with me. He says Cavs still have the East. Cavs still have the East. Really? And Dave Neal says at least the Cavs have a chance to get the number one pick with a Nets draft pick. Maneuvering. Now, John Marks is correct. Warriors win the Warriors win the West. That's right. Warriors win the West. I mean, hey, we even got Shaggy P. We've got to win the West, right? Again. If not, take the whole thing, talking about the NBA Finals, all over again. For what would be what? The third championship in 4 years. Third. And then we go over to San Francisco, they'll start losing again. Watch. They would lose that Oakland mojo. The mojo would not be working for them. No, the Warriors will no doubt repeat. I'm looking at this Boston Globe article right here. Excuse me, not Boston Globe, Washington Post. The early lead today, posted at 8:29 p.m. Kyrie Irving traded from Cavaliers to Celtics for Isaiah Thomas and others. This is how it reads, folks. This is how it reads. In a trade that shakes up the Eastern Conference. Boy, you ain't never lied. The Cleveland Cavaliers deal point guard Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics on Tuesday for a package including point guard Isaiah Thomas and a 2018 first-round draft pick. Irving had requested a trade last month, and with LeBron James also possibly leaving the team next year, the Cavs made a move aimed at both short and long-term interests. Irving, who's been with the Cavs since they made him the number one pick in the 2011 draft, will be joining the team he helped defeat in May's Eastern Conference Finals. In addition to Thomas, the Celtics are sending forward Jay Crowder, center Ante Zizic, and the Nets' 2018 first rounder, the Washington Post confirmed. The 2012 NBA Rookie of the Year and a four-time All-Star Irving is considered one of the most gifted offensive players in the NBA. Last season, the 25-year-old averaged a career-high 25.2 points, adding 5.8 assists while helping Cleveland reach its third straight NBA Finals. Thomas, Isaiah, but 28 years old, blossomed in his second full season in Boston following stints in Sacramento, which made him the final pick in the 2000 11 draft, and Phoenix, excuse me, the 5'9" player averaged 28.9 points a game and 5.9 assists. And he gained particular renown for fourth quarter scoring prowess as he was named to his second straight All-Star squad. Thomas became a favorite in Boston, as you know all that, as Irving was in Cleveland, and more than a few Celtics fans are likely unhappy to see the diminutive star sent away. Note that, diminutive star sent away. However, the Celtics were in a tricky position with Thomas, who is heading into the final year of his contract and could have demanded a multi-year extension with annual salaries around $30 million. Instead, the Cavs may be inclined to let Thomas walk away at the end of the season, especially if James makes it clear he's doing the same. In the meantime, Cleveland should be able to compete for a fourth straight finals appearance and a second championship with those two stars, a rugged veteran Crowder, and talented holdovers in Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, and J.R. Smith. The Nets' pick should land somewhere in the lottery. Here's their lottery issue. Even if Brooklyn improves this season as expected, also helping the Cavs lay the groundwork for the future is Zinzic, a 6'11", 20-year-old Croatian taken 23rd in the 2016 draft who showed great promise while playing in Europe last season. Irving has 3 years and $30 million left on his contract with an opt-out clause before the 2019-2020 season. A New Jersey native, he reportedly hoped to be dealt to the Knicks after also listing the Spurs, the Timberwolves, and the Heat as his preferred destinations, but he reportedly agreed to waive his trade kicker to join the Celtics. And so it was reported that Irving was thrilled with the trade to Boston and everything else. I'm wondering what is said on Twitter about this. I want to go to Twitter and see what the chatter is. Kook Snipe, Warriors. This basically ensures the Warriors repeat. Unless, of course, the Houston Rockets have something to say about it, but I just don't see that. I just don't see that at all. In fact, one of the worldwide trends, Kyrie is number 9. Don Lemon is right below him from CNN, okay? But Kyrie is number 9. Let's see what Twitter is saying about this. This is one of the talks, folks. And so 4 hours ago, the news broke. And what I'm wondering is, it says, Kyrie breaks it with LeBron. And let's see what Kyrie Irving put on his Twitter account. Kyrie Irving put on his Twitter account, NBA 2K, August 7th, introducing this year's NBA 2K cover athlete, Kyrie Irving, in his new Cavs uniform. But hey, I'm taking on for the Celtics, folks. Bye. And Kyrie Irving has short story long. In case you missed it, I surprised my dad. So he hadn't put anything up there like, hey, thank you very much for the love that you've given me, Cleveland fans. He just basically out of there. You know, normally, isn't that something? Normally, a player expresses gratitude for the effort that fans put in, you know, backing and rooting, right? But nah, not this time. He's not doing it. Not at all. All right. So Crawford says, why would the Celtics Cavs trade with each other when they know they will play each other in the conference finals? And Dorian says, LeBron is too good, but Warriors still got the better team, unquestionably. Crawford says, LeVar Ball will find a way to meddle into Lakers business. You know, I think the Lakers are going to be a better team with Mr. Ball, Lonzo. Dorian says, because LeBron is coming to the Lakers next year. Smart move for Boston. Mark Smith says, plus Thomas has a hip problem. Is that whole thing with the Lakers and LeBron cemented? I mean, I know it's chatter, and I know it's a cool thing to think about, but is it really going to happen? I mean, why not the Warriors? Can you imagine LeBron James going to the Golden State Warriors to be paired with Kevin Durant? I mean, okay? Wow. So, wow. Dorian says LeVar Ball had already stepped back. Magic and staff won't allow LeVar to do anything that will interfere with the team. Crawford says, did you hear Charles Barkley's comments that the fans will eventually revolt on the players' lack of loyalty in the NBA? Yeah, I agree with that. Torian says, just like the NFL. Just like fans are already doing that with the NFL. Look at the Chargers. I talked about that on Sunday. I made a video about how StubHub Stadium was basically maybe just over half full. It looked bad. And we're talking about a facility that seats only 27,000 people. That's it. Okay? That's it. So Dorian says it all depends on what Ball and the team do this year. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Now I'm going to do something special. I just wanted to get this out. I'm going to shift live stream to talk about the Raiders. I'm going to do like a dual thing, but I wanted to talk about this and get it out. I was hoping that our good man, that King Jose would show up and give us an explanation. But I haven't heard from King Jose. So King Jose, if you're seeing this, if LeBron James is so great, how come he, Superman, couldn't keep the team together? The team that almost was swept by the Warriors. I had to say that. I had to say that. Where is King Jose? Where's King Jose when you want him to come on and take his argumentative medicine like an adult? You know? Where is he at? Just asking. Where is he at? Where is he at? I can't imagine. I can't imagine. At all. So, what do I predict? I predict the Celtics give the Cavaliers a run for their money. Because of Kyrie Irving. There's something going on between the two, between Irving and LeBron, that just caused the two to argue. In fact, let me do a little research and come back to that, because I just want to say Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, excuse me. Yeah, James. LeBron James silent on future with Cavaliers, driving force behind trade of Kyrie Irving. So basically, LeBron James is said to be the person that pushed Kyrie Irving out the door. Ooh. So there's a lot of incentive there. And this is by Sam Amick of USA Today Sports, and it says, behold the power of a LeBron James whisper. Ooh. When you're the greatest player in today's NBA, and you let a league-wide chatter go unchecked about how you might leave Cleveland in free agency for a second time, okay, and he did do that. Vice president, co-owner and he did do that. LeBron James did, all right, for a second time, all right. This is the chaos that ensues. Your Cavaliers co-star, four-time All-Star Kyrie Irving, decides he doesn't want to play with uncertainty all season long. Then asked for a trade that was granted on Tuesday in the form of a deal that, you know the deal, okay? So yeah, and yeah, I'm glad I read this, because it reminds me of the damage that team owner Dan Gilbert did in releasing general manager Dave Griffin. That really was that was the match struck that lit the wick that exploded the dynamite that dismantled the Cavaliers as we come to know them. So you blame team owner Dan Gilbert for it. Dan Gilbert. Just some owners, regardless of sport, just can't leave well enough alone. They just can't. Excuse me for a second. They just can't leave well enough alone. Dan Gilbert is one of those people. He just can't help himself. He's just got to make a change. Oh. And Celtics gave up nothing for Kyrie Irving. Give this to Ainge. I'm reading some tweets. And Twitter is losing its mind. They're like, here's another tweet. Thank you, Kyrie Irving. You still made the biggest shot in Cavs NBA history. Yo, my favorite player just joined my favorite team. Woohoo. Okay, that's over there. Get it. I get it. I get that. I get that. So, I get that. So, and I really do get that. Somebody stole my, wait a minute. Somebody stole my story idea. I was talking about the Raiders with respect to the work stoppage, but there isn't really no news except that I'll get that. I'll get back to that. So I'll do another stream because I want to talk about some Raiders issues. I want to switch over. Now let me get back to your comments before I switch over. Well, maybe not. Hold on a second. ML Scott is here. LeBron James going to the Lakers would be a great thing for the young Lakers team. He could set a winning mindset for the young generation. That OG's influence. Yeah, but why not bring him to the Warriors? Hey, Karen, how are you? And Karen says, I admit I don't know too much basketball. I understand, Karen. This is the LeBron talk, but I'm going to switch over to the Raider talk in a second with another live stream. But I wanted to get this one in the hopper. And Dorian says basically that LeBron is coming to the... I mean, again, I want LeBron to come to the Warriors. I think the Warriors are in a better position to pay and afford LeBron next year after having won what would be their third championship in 4 years than the Lakers would be, okay? So, yeah. And I like this. It's like, can we imagine an All-Star weekend with LeBron and Kyrie media blitz? Yep. And Dorian says, too selfish and fake. LeBron always looks after his best interests first. That's why I will be surprised if he comes to the Lakers. He will be in Kobe's shadow. Yeah. Mark Smith says, do I agree with the rankings for college football? I've heard mutterings about them. Let me look at them in a second. I'm going to switch over to football on Newsroom, so I'll deal with that with football. And Ms. Zeitgeist 85 says, this helps Cleveland, but they don't stand a chance against Golden State Warriors if they meet in the finals again. And Ms. Zeitgeist says, all the Warriors would have to take a giant pay cut to bring in LeBron. I can't see it working. Actually, I can see them doing that. I can see all the Warriors taking a pay cut to bring in LeBron. And to pair LeBron with KD in a special big fast man unit, right? You'd have the two best players in the NBA on the team of best players in the NBA. That would be frightening. I mean, it would be nothing less than frightening. Crawford says Blake Griffin does not want LeBron in LA because Blake would lose the spotlight. And Patrick M. Blackman points out that, correctly, Peyton Manning was in Elway's shadow in Denver. Yeah. And Patrick argues that LeBron is better off in LA. I think LeBron's better off with the Warriors. I really do. I believe that LeBron James can really make hay with that. And with Golden State, because for one thing, with the Lakers, LeBron is not assured at all of a championship. I mean, the Lakers are not the Lakers they used to be. Lakers are all image and all this stuff, right? But the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, different story. Different story. I mean, completely different story. You go to Golden State when you want to win a ring. So to me, LeBron would want to win a ring, and therefore LeBron would go to Golden State. That's what it says. So Shelton Ponder says, Kylie for Isaiah, good or bad decision on the Cavs? I think it's a bad decision. I really do. The Cavs should have done everything. They should have moved heaven and earth to keep that nucleus together and make another run, and then strengthen it through the draft. They didn't do that. And I'm not sold on Isaiah Thomas as being the guy. He's 3 years older. He's a streaky player. He's just hitting his stride as a player. I'm not saying that he's a bum or something like that. No, I'm saying he's a great player. But he is not a Kyrie Irving. I've seen him take over games, but with Kyrie Irving, you expect him to flip that switch. With Thomas, that switch might come on once in a while, but it's not always as effective as you expect it to be. All right? That's the difference I see. So, Sheldon says, sorry, Zinni, my question was a good trade today or bad? Bad! Bad! Sheldon, it was bad. It was a bad decision. Okay? It was a bad decision on the part of the Cavaliers. Period. And Crawford says they have an unprotected draft pick from Brooklyn that Boston had. But the Nets could luck up and win games that would ruin the odds of a good draft positioning. It's a great point. It's a great point. It's a very good point. So, Sheldon Ponder says, Lonzo Ball, good or bad for the Lakers? Outstanding. Lonzo Ball makes the Lakers credible in a way that no other player has. Lonzo Ball makes the Lakers arguably scary. He's a rookie who I predict this NBA season will have at least 20 games that he took over himself. He made the difference. Well, you look at that game and you'll think, my God. He will definitely sell tickets. He will definitely increase the Lakers' win percentage. Will they challenge the Warriors for supremacy? No. No. For one thing, he's going to get on the court against the Warriors and be so starstruck that he's going to make mistakes. Because he's young. He's young. And the Warriors are going to give him pause. Ooh. He's going to have to play the Warriors a second time to feel better. I guarantee you, his first game against the Warriors, he's not going to do that well. He's going to be okay. His second game, he's going to break out. That's just the way it goes. All right? That's just the way it goes. Chandra says, how long before the Lakers win a title? How long before the Lakers win a title? Well, definitely within my lifetime. How's that? But the Lakers are making the right moves to head in that direction, but they haven't cemented that team where you turn around and you look at them and say, all right, they're ready. I don't see this Laker team as being that organization. Yeah, I just can't see that yet. Now, next year, we'll see. And I'm not convinced LeBron is the answer for them. I'm not. I'm just not. I would feel better about Blake Griffin somehow making a weird butt move from the Clippers to the Lakers, right? Than LeBron in that instance. I think LeBron, given his age, is in a position where he can be a bit player. And I think the best team where he can be the bit player is the Golden State Warriors. Right there. And it is going to be a while. It is definitely going to be a while. Okay, I'm gonna shift and talk about Raiders things. I'm going to actually start a new live stream about the Raiders. So bear with me, okay? Bear with me, all right? I'll be back in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'll be back in 4 minutes.